Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and yes, we got more and more copium going on, more from the salt mines, you name it, on another episode of the Salty Batch Files. They seem to be allergic to greatness, so let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, what we're going to do is we have some great examples here this time in regards to more salt, more copium. They're trying to just kind of elaborate. They're blowing on embers, so to speak, when there's already a fire going on in their own section of their camp, which is very odd. But let's start right off here with one of our recurring highlights, Anna Anson here. They state, Xbox first-party game Fallout 76 is destroying Horizon Forbidden West. Alright, where do we begin here? First of all, let's break this down. We got to compartmentalize it real quick. Fallout the series is doing phenomenal right now. A lot of hype, everything going on behind it. The interesting part is, well, Fallout 76 goes free to play for a week with the debut of the new show, so there's your answer number one. And number two, it's an ongoing multiplayer game, not a single-player game that has been already played on the PlayStation 5 and PC, being a secondary platform for this game to kind of breathe more life into it on that section, and still has a ton of players, mind you. There's lots to go over with that, but trying to hold that flame up there in Fallout 76, that's how dry you guys are, that you're highlighting as much as where Fallout 76 was at launch to now. It's still not a fun game. It's not that good, guys. I mean, if you enjoy it, more power to you, but that's your trophy? Fallout 76, which is available on every platform anyways? What are you doing here? Craziness. A lot of copium right there. Let's continue on. It doesn't end there, folks. So, Miles here, a very known Xbox fanboy, of course, has to put up the hype right here with some more Fallout 76. I have succumbed to the Fallout hype and reinstalled Fallout 76. No, I did not reinstall and play Fallout 3. No, I did not reinstall and start playing Fallout New Vegas. No, I didn't even reinstall and start playing the Game of the Year edition of Fallout 4. I went ahead and fired up Fallout 76. Now, you're talking to a guy who played a lot of Fallout 76 in the beginning, hoping it would turn into more, hoping it was great. It was something to put the palate to the test, so to speak, especially in the beginning. We had some friends and stuff playing with. I put in like 70 hours. So, no hating here. There's definitely potential, but at this point in time, out of all the Fallouts, I guarantee you, and I can say this as a pretty decent Fallout fan, Fallout 76 is not the one to be going to. Super odd. I get that there's multiplayer to it and all that, but that's what we're doing, is we're holding up on a pedestal Fallout 76 for the Xbox camp, for the community of Xbox. Fallout 76 is something to behold. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I can't say it enough. Anyways, let's continue on before I lose my mind. I'm probably going to lose my mind more on this next post here of the delusion. It's just a wave of delusion. Here we go. Kareem, our greatest adversary, Kareem, against everything that is awful with PlayStation. So Kareem, another reason to list why the PS5 can't hold third-party games as exclusives. Pulls up a thing which is odd from Jeff Grubb, by the way, to say this, but nonetheless, Pikmin 4 has sold more than Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Alright. Okay, Pikmin 4. Alright. I mean, if that's a statement, that's a statement. If it did, it did. But another reason to the list why PS5 can't hold third-party games as exclusives. Grubb, for some reason, is upset that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth seems to be a platform exclusive at this point in time. But again, focusing back on Kareem. Now, what's interesting, Kareem, what do we got over here? What do we got over here? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the attention to feet detail looks amazing, especially Aerith's feet. They have the perfect shape. Hashtagging Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Great work by the developers with 2 screenshots, one of the silhouette, entire embodiment, the second a close-up of CGI feet. Polygonal feet. So not only does this weirdo mention he has a foot fetish, which if that's your thing, more power to you, but odd. There's layers to this. That's so odd. A polygonal feet, not even a real person's foot. The best part about this, look at this other tweet. I know I'm pausing here, but I just want you all to soak this in. The tweet we see with this here. Another reason to list why the PS5 can't hold third-party games as exclusives. Again, we don't know exactly what Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has sold. But on top of that, foot, speaking of foot, in mouth, he just admitted he bought Final Fantasy VII and started playing it. This is not something you pull from a trailer, folks. It doesn't show that he grabbed the screen from somebody else. He's a big fan, supposedly, of Final Fantasy VII. He does, in fact, own a PlayStation 5 as well, because he knows, as much as he loves his Xbox, he knows to play greatness. You're going to have to own a PlayStation 5 as well if you don't want to wait to play it on PC, and it sure as hell is not coming over to Xbox. So, foot and mouth, the irony is too great. Not only are you whining that they shouldn't keep it as exclusive, you point out subsequently that you went out and did the one thing you thought it cannot do, which is make you buy the game for a particular platform. Man, the brain cells, the delusion is absolutely insane. I think this is probably the best one of the bunch. I don't know, you let me know, but that one is pure irony here. The next one goes to our great friend Destin Legary, again, best known from IGN. The great credentialism, the great ingenuity, the innovators of the gaming community, IGN. Destin, seeing a lot of people jumping back into Fallout, just a reminder, but all the games are on PC Game Pass and on Game Pass. Just a reminder. I just bought them all again on Steam and was like, wait a minute, I own all these on Xbox already and they're on Game Pass. So, not only does he admit that he's not too bright and thinks ahead before just willy-nilly purchasing things that he probably doesn't need to purchase, he then goes on, someone pointed out that they're also on PS Plus. Wow, somebody who's supposed to know gaming. And especially when you're comparing all the time PlayStation Extra Premium versus Game Pass, you fail to understand and look into the fact that what games are on PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium? Or even PlayStation Plus Essential, because I'm sure some of those were added via PlayStation Plus Essential tiers. Oh man. So this is just crazy that they have the ingenuity, they have Google at their fingertips, not very hard to do your research, and again, peak journalism for a gaming journalist that works at a community site at IGN. Just pure disappointment, but I just wanted to share that one right there because it's just like, come on. Oh my gosh, let's go on real quick. We can't have an episode, we can't have a Salty Batch Files episode without mentioning, of course, Colt Eastwood. This is just a quick one in regards to the latest video he has, which is odd, but look at the title here. Fallout breaks records on Xbox, PlayStation in trouble. Keyword, PlayStation in trouble. Gears 6 Fable update, Xbox news, blah, blah, blah. If you look into this video, at no point does he go over PlayStation being in trouble. So this is just clickbait. There's no truth behind it. There's no anything behind it. Pure clickbait. Because what trouble is PlayStation in? Trouble of being successful and selling platforms, selling consoles, making it a reason to own and jump into the ecosystem? Is that the trouble we're looking at? Again, what embers are we blowing into while the fire's going on in your own encampment, your own building? That you have to tag that in there because you're not getting any traction because no one cares about Fallout breaking records on Xbox in some way, shape, or form. That's what you're leaning back on. You're trying to ride that wave, and great that Fallout's doing great on the series. Fantastic. I can't wait to see more video game adaptations in great quality being brought over to other devices near you or even theaters. I'm all for movies too, if done well. This is great. But to ride on that, but you can't get anywhere. Even Gear 6 and Fable updates not going to drive the traffic like PlayStation does it, Colt? You know that. And the fact there's absolutely zilch word about PlayStation being in trouble is super odd. But let's continue. The crap gamer is depressed, of course. So, on the hot press heels of the PlayStation 5 Pro being almost all but certain, PlayStation 5 Pro is needed for advancing visuals, performance, and there's no untapped PlayStation 5 potential due to the homogenized CPU, GPU design. He goes on to state, as you can see, it's a meh for me personally, but Xbox fans should prepare for all the talk to be PS5 Pro over and over again. It's a meh for crap gamer. Who cares? Who cares? Is a lot of folks. I guarantee it's going to sell well, especially if it delivers. I'll be the first to admit, PlayStation 4 Pro wasn't anything too special. It had some extra oomph behind it. You got a little bit more juice from it, but it really wasn't needed. It's more for the enthusiasts. This, from all that's gathered in the information, actually seems to be being brought to the table in a lot higher tier, so to speak. I think there's a lot of potential here. If the specs do stick, if the specs are true to what's been leaked. Now, it's a meh from him because it's not a new Xbox. Other than that, he's like, hold your ears, hold your hands over your ears because you guys aren't going to want to hear this. This is what we're going to see, but I don't care. But let me downplay this a little bit more. Brother, but let's keep going, the delusion, and try the copium, man. Oh my goodness. Let's finalize this video with a little something here from the Flat Earther himself, post-op. I'm sorry, not post-op, but post-up. The Swindle Station 5, cute, is done 3+ years in, and it is already tapped after all that SSD talk. So, again, right away, a bunch of misinformation. The PlayStation 5 is not even tapped out, even close to it. So the fact that what we're getting from the PS5 Pro supposedly is going to be increased frames per second, increased ray tracing, all the bells and whistles that maybe you would want if you're already heavily into the ecosystem. And if not, you just have yet to get a PlayStation 5. I know a lot of folks are just waiting for the Pro to jump in. They just like to not get in there day one with the new gen all the time. So they're looking forward to this when it gets announced and what that release date is. That being said, what are you talking about done 3 years in? Literally, Xbox has waved the white flag and said they're moving full ahead to their next gen system, not even a mid-gen refresh. And you want to talk about PlayStation being done? Let that sink in for a minute. Microsoft's waving the white flag. PlayStation 5 is just giving you more opportunities and options with the PlayStation 5 Pro because they don't feel they need to move on to a PlayStation 6 quite yet because it's moving. They're moving units for the PlayStation 5s and will be doing so with the PlayStation 5 Pros. Units aren't really moving all that well for the Series S and X with 2 SKUs, and they're moving on to the next Xbox iteration, the next full-gen hardware. Will this one eat monsters for breakfast as well? Is that going to help the competition? You're losing exclusives. You've waved the white flag. As of the time of recording, Grounded's already out. Sea of Thieves was out just a few days ago in early access, closed beta. Or closed early access. We had Hi-Fi Rush. What have you guys had for almost an entire full half of the year? The next thing on your table is an 8-hour walking simulator between Hellblade 2 in which you guys did not like Hellblade 1. But yes, let's go ahead and try to act like PlayStation's in deep crap because, well, they're coming out with the PlayStation 5 Pro and no longer is Xbox doing a mid-gen refresh. I wonder why. Is it because it just wouldn't sell whatsoever? Because what's the point? I really am interested on how the new Xbox gen will work. They're going to have to change things up. It's going to have to be a hybrid system of sorts. We've already went through this through some previous videos. I really don't think Steam's going to be a thing. I don't believe, there's going to be this crazy Valve support. The only thing I could think help them take off is for this to be a hybrid system in regards to great power and also having some sort of a handheld device with a screen. That's the only way I see this happening. If they just come out with another box that's super powerful and the games can't take advantage of the architecture stuff inside and everything like that, the GPUs, the RAMs, the SSDs, you name it, whatever they want to throw in there, whatever video cards they want to throw in there, whatever they want to do with it, it doesn't matter, because ultimately, like I said multiple times, what matters? The games. So we'll have to see, but as of right now, y'all look pretty foolish. Simple as that. And that being said, we'll go ahead and end the video here. I appreciate everybody waiting to the end of the video. If you did, thank you so much. Your support, always amazing. At this point in time, we are at 1,653 subscribers out of that 2,000 subscriber goal. Phenomenal. You guys are hitting it out of the park. Thank you so much. Your support means the world to me. It truly does. So that being said, if you haven't, definitely leave a like, comment down below. Would love to hear from you. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing, helping out a small content creator like myself. And of course, as always, just remember, don't be a salty batch. And we'll see you guys next time on the next Xvault gaming video. Take care.